Welcome to the Plant Cunning Podcast,
where we explore our relationship to plants, other people, and the mysteries of nature.
Coming to you from the high Allegheny Plateau in central New York.
We are your hosts, AC Stauble
and Isaac Hill. Okay, so today on the Plant Cunning Podcast, we have Arun from Arun's Yoga. And Arun had me on his show, his podcast, a little bit ago. And we talked a little bit about astrology, Vedic astrology, spiritual astrology, but we talked a little bit about the Nakshatras, which are the lunar mansions, and there are certain plants associated with them. And we thought we'd bring on Arun to our show to talk about the Nakshatras and the plants associated with them. And yeah, so that's the plan for today. But Arun, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great actually. So it was a pleasure to talk to you in my show where we have spoken about the houses, which is very important for somebody who is looking for a spiritual experiences. We can actually see whether from the chart whether he or she is able to experience that sort of energy in their lifetime and things like that. And yeah, it was a great talk basically. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, so Arun, you're an astrologer, tantric. You're an artist. You do a lot of podcaster. So what
Mhm,
what are all the things that you do, and how did you get interested in all of this stuff?
So basically, the thing is that the I born in a Vedic astrology family, which is in Kerala. In India, there is something called caste system. I don't know whether the
Yeah.
Western peoples are more familiar with that. So the job division is been divided into caste. So a particular caste does a particular job. So but in after the British colonization, it is been went into some really bad, it took a really bad turn, like it's become like untouchables and stuffs like that. So whatever the reason that it might be, so my family does the Vedic astrology and tantra basically from many generations. So the tantra is basically a technique, Vedic astrology is a kind of scanner what is happening with you, and tantra is a technique of by finding out what is happening in your life, what can be done in order to improve that particular situation. So I was seeing these things from very young age, and my family members were talking about that this is the thing, that is where which I got really curious about the astrology and tantra and stuffs like that. Then as I grew up, I went to university where I studied the technology. That is how I got into technology, podcasting and YouTube and stuff like whatever, like so many softwares I wrote, the code I wrote and things like that. Yeah, and I mean, I have created a cryptocurrency also called e-ladder, which is in Cardano blockchain. It's a token, so I give away to the people whoever is visiting or hanging on in my YouTube channel and things like that. So, and on the way, the interesting thing is that I have wrote a book about the tantra. It is called Cosmic Engineering and Orgasmic Continuum. So this is my first book. So this book, what it talks about is that, basically in tantra what happens, we know we have five senses, we can see, we can touch, we can smell, and like that five senses are there. And imagine we have some more senses, sixth sense, seventh sense, eighth sense. So what happens is that perception about the universe will be entirely different. Like in Advaitic Vedadic philosophy, we say this world is a maya, is an illusion or maybe a simulation. So if our senses are expanded beyond in a certain aspect, we will be able to experience things which is beyond our neutral perception. Maybe sometimes the psychedelics also can give these sort of experiences. I mean, I'm not telling people to go and use the psychedelic or whatever. I mean, it's
But it's that
happens.
kind of experience, like the psychedelic entheogen experience you can also access without.
Yeah. I mean, psychedelics will give you that experience, that is for sure. Like,
Yeah.
because if you see into, the ancient cultures, like, for
Hmm.
example, ayahuasca is being used, and in
Mm.
India the weed is being used in most of the ashrams, and yogis are being used, and things like that. And if we look into the Vedas, there are herbs which is called soma.
Yeah.
Soma is a kind of drug, it's a kind of drink that can, induce the state of immortality on human being.
Mm.
So these kind of things, and it is also a psychedelic channel basically. So there is a god called Bhairava. If we go to Rumtek Monastery, that is a Tibetan tantric monastery which is in the Sikkim. So if we go there, there is a statue of the Bhairava. There, people offer this particular drink there. May not be original. I don't know. I never got a chance to drink that over there,
Mm.
but
Mm.
One day, maybe.
yeah, maybe. Like, it is good to be immortal, right? I mean.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how it. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe it's terrible.
Yeah, could be terrible. But just a glimpse of that could be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. How does it feels like being an immortal? It
Yes.
will be
That would
nice,
be cool to
yeah.
see. Mhm. Yeah.
So this is then I've been studying about Mahavidyas, and I went to the Assam is the place. There is a place called Kamakhya. There is 10 temples which is been offered to the 10 Mahavidyas. These are the tantric goddesses. It starts from Kali, Tara, Shodasi. That I have written in my second book that you can download freely from my website.
Wow.
Mm,
What's your
so
website?
the
Just so before what is your website?
ironsyoga.in.
Cool.
Mhm.
We'll put it in the links.
From yeah. You can just download the book from there, and
It's awesome.
it's talk about the Kali, Tara, Shodasi, and goddesses. And if you go to the Kamakya temple per se, that there you cannot see any statue. Rather than that of in the, it is worshipped yoni. What
Mhm.
you understand? But it's in Shiva temple there is lingam is been worshipped, and in the Kya you can see only yonis. It's 10
Wow.
yonis in different places.
Before we hit record, you also showed us a little bit of your art and some of the talismans that you make, the yantras. Um,
Hmm.
so could you tell us a little bit about the art that you do? Do you paint the Mahavidyas?
Yeah, I have made the yantras. So this is one of the best practice. Like, you can get these things in my. These are the smaller things, and I have made this. This is matanki. I mean, you
Hangi.
can see this.
Kind
Yeah.
of.
Let
If
me
you moved
see.
your camera, we could see a little bit better.
Aha.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
there we
yeah,
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Beautiful.
So this is matanki. Can you see it correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So this is Matanki. So this is the Tantric Saraswati. It is in acrylic on canvas, and
Mm.
I mean, where is the see whether you can see here, right?
There's one on that side.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah. Can you see?
Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. I love it.
This is a Shiva and Shakti.
Yeah.
Shiva and Shakti, beautiful.
And here put the yin and yang on over here.
Oh
So
yeah.
which means that it's so same, like when you come into the conscious union, you really go deeply into the transcendence of the existence. So
Mm.
that's what is actually symbolizing. So I found it's both are same, like the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tao and Shiva Shakti, which they are talking basically.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that's why the reason behind that particular painting is my camera is correct. No.
Oh, sorry.
It's like
Yeah. Okay.
sweet.
So with the yantras, are there there particular designs for particular deities? And then
Yes.
do you do it at particular times, or does it does the timing matter as much? Because I do like astrological magic where I do
Mm-hmm.
make talismans at particular times,
Elections.
very
Yeah.
very
Mm-hmm.
specific
Mm-hmm.
ones. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but is that part of making these yantras or no?
Yes, because the timing does matters. Why? Because the moon is too much into love with the earth. So the energy will go up and down when the moon is. I mean, when we are working with the feminine deity, the thing is that the we are working with the realm of the femininity of the universe. So if you look into the female, how does she works? I mean, don't be get offended. See, the thing is like females are like a cycle. The mind will change when there is the full moon and when there is no moon. It's like menses to menses is a cycle. The mind will change in each day, and this is how the femininity. This is same true for the universe also. When we are trying to work the universe according to our, especially if we are working with the femininity, tantra is the technique to work with the divine feminine, the goddesses and the femininity of the universe. So the timing is very important when there is moon, and whether the moon is increasing or decreasing, and the water we are using also important. I think some witchcraft also, peoples are using the moon water. When there is full moon, a particular water will be fetched, and it is been used like that. So this particular time of the water and all those things we have to respect, so it will be become more effective, because we are working with the key of the universal femininity,
Mhm. So another thing about the Mahavidyas. So in the tradition that I study in,
Hmm.
my teacher is Freedom Cole and his teacher Sanjay Rath, Pandit Sanjay Rath. It's from Eastern India or Odisha.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
in there, we're taught how to see particular Mahavidyas in the chart, like which ones are better to work with you.
Hmm.
Like for instance, if you have Moon with Rahu, it could be good to work
Hmm.
with Durga, but Chinnamasta for a Mahavidya. Or if you have
Hmm.
with Ketu, then it'd be better
Hmm.
to work with Dhumavati.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, but they also say that working with Mahavidyas is a little bit dangerous. It's not like a beginner thing to
Hmm.
do. Freedom will say
Hmm.
working with Mahavidyas is like playing with a loaded gun. So are there ways in your tradition that you look and then see which Mahavidyas are better for a particular person to work with? And are there any like warnings or like from your perspective in your tradition, what's the best way to start working with Mahavidyas?
The Yes, the planets has been associated with the Mahavidyas. This I have mentioned in my second book, which planet is been associated with which Mahavidyas and things like that. And when you look into the chart, which energy of the particular planet is more in this particular chart, and you can decide which Mahavidya can be used to work with that one. And when we are talking about the Mahavidya, the one who is actually doing the Mahavidya thing, like also there is a, he or she has to be really deep into the Mahavidya's understanding. Why? Because there are prayogs also can be done, maranam, stambanam, ucharanam. I don't know, have you heard about these terms? These are the tantric terms, maranam, stambanam. For example, Baglamuhi is the goddess which is been used when war is happening. There are Vedic mantras, it can cut the tongue of enemy. So that is a kind of stampanam. And you can also kill people, consecrate their energy into a particular way, into a particular thing, and send a Mahavidya to destroy that particular person's thing. So what happens is that if you are really in tune with the nature, you yourself is manifesting through the Mahavidya. And while you are dying also, Mahavidyas will, that is the your darkness which Buddhism is been talking about, especially the Tibetan Buddhism. So the Mahavidyas will come, and recognition of them is actually important while dying also. So your mind has to be really free, the one who is doing the sadhana with the Mahavidya. Why? Because otherwise there is a small difference between the insanity and sanity. You can become insane. Why? Because you will be start to see things which are not existing. It's all creation of the mind, and you may believe this is right and this is wrong. This is why it is very dangerous, because you will lose the difference between the reality and unreality. Because if you see these people who are doing the tantric practices and those who are into deeply into spirituality, most of the people goes insane after some time as you go
Yeah.
more and more deeper into that. Either it is the case of the Christ, or either it is the case of the Muhammad, or whatever it is true. Like some people will come and destroy people, like blast an area and kill the people, all these problems happens, like. So that's why, when especially when you're in tantric path, you have to be really careful. The immediate danger is that you will not be able to distinguish between what is real and unreal, because when you are started to do the Mahavidya sadhana, this is very powerful. The yogini sadhana, there are 64 yoginis, and there is Mahavidya sadhana also there. I don't know whether you've been doing Mahavidya sadhana. So it's a practice of tantric sadhana where the mudras is been given to each yantras, and their mantras is been given to each yantras, and the yantras are being drawn in some certain way. So it's a deeper within what happens is that the in within 10 to 20 days, the person who is doing will start to see things which is actually not existing,
So
because
things that are in like another realm and that they're just able to see, or things that are in their own brain, like, do you think?
they the things they are in another realm also you can see. And if your mind is telling this is what in the other realm, and that is what you are seeing, then it will block you from experiencing the reality. The thing which you can see from the other realm will be get blocked by the things which is been offered by the mind, because
Yeah.
mind has some certain idea about the God. Jesus is like that, or Krishna is like this, and the Kali is like that. And so what happens, people will start to see gods in different forms and formats and things like that. So this is basically the creation of the intellect. So that has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the reality.
Okay.
So reality is just real. I mean, you should be see the reality as it is. So this is the immediate danger with the, especially with the tantric technique, because it's really powerful, and it is really advanced state of, tantric practice, advanced state of spiritual practice. And tantra starts with the thing that there is nothing called right or wrong. So
Mhm.
it's not a license to go and abuse everything also, you
Yeah.
understand.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, so and I guess so the Maha means great. Vidya
Mhm.
is a truth or a science. It's like, but it's these great goddesses, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Mahavidya, it's Vidya means the ability to apply the knowledge. It's not just knowledge. Some of the Sanskrit terms doesn't have an English meaning. For example, dhyana is not equivalent to meditation.
mm,
Meditation is different from dhyana. Meditation can get you concentration and stuffs like that. The dhyana is the application of all these things together. So, like, dhyana, if you write a story, we can say you are really deeply in dhyana with that particular story. But it can be meditation also, but the dhyana is actually much more than that of the meditation. The same way, the vidya is not knowledge, it's the ability to apply the knowledge. Like
mm,
tantra vidya is the ability to apply the knowledge. Like, you understand you can control the universe. So now there should be you should be able to use this particular knowledge to control the universe, right? Otherwise, what is the use of this particular knowledge? Like,
Yeah.
then it is vidya. So it has some utility.
Mm.
So when we look into the greatest knowledge of all the knowledge is self knowledge, ability to understand the own self. And there are a lot of blockages. If we look into the first vidya, Kali is as a vidya. Kali is your shadow. All your trauma which has been caused in your this birth and previous birth from the parents or from the relationship and things like that. This is your trauma is been there. And also your fear, you are afraid of something, you are unable to perform something because you are scared of something will happen. So because of that you are not doing that. So Kali is the vidya to destroy this shadow. So
Mm.
that is the first vidya. And if you worship Kali, and if you are able to destroy your ignorance and your things like that, you will be able to utilize the Kali to help others also, or you will be able to take this particular deity's help to do the prayogs in the sense, when you are in sync with the universe,
Mhm.
you can change other person's destiny. Like
Wow.
you can give him trouble, you can give him upliftment, you can make them to fall in love with you and things like that. Like, you can attract people. For example, like, Osho, Rajneesh Osho, he was actually, like, he was into super consciousness, like, he was really deeper conscious. So whenever he walks, like, all the peoples will come in and fall into him, like, because he is attracting everything towards him. And
Yeah.
when you talk about the Ramana Maharshi, he is into deep into subconscious, like, he is beyond death. The
Yeah.
thing he was seeking is death. He got experience of the death at the age of 16, and he started to seek what is that beyond death. So he got experiences of the death, and this is your subconscious. So Kali goes really deep into your death, so it will come out from your death, and it is really dark, it is black, Kali is black. And it will take out from there, and the meditation and mudra and the mantra and the yantra for Kali is been offered in that particular way. So there are 10 Mahavidyas, and if you go into all the Mahavidyas, the last Vidya is Kamala. So when you reach Kamala, Kamala is the super success. So with all the materialistic wealth and the spiritual and all the wealth, that is what the Kamala will provide. So these are the knowledges,
Mhm.
the ability to control things. And when you work with the Mahavidyas is not alone. So there are Upavidya, there are Yogini, 64 Yoginis are there. So these are the Upavidya. So Mahavidya comes into the clan of 64. So the temple which is there in Orissa, there is one temple is there. So
Yeah.
the exact construction of the temple is like that. The Generally you worship God. If you go to the temple or the church or whatever, you offer yourself to the God. But in this particular temple, it is in the circle. The
Oh,
all the vidyas is been put in circle,
oh,
and
cool.
you sit on the middle, and all
Mhm.
the goddesses will worship you. So
Oh,
this is the temple.
that's
So
cool. I'm like, that's different. Love it.
So that is the spiritual experience. So you are beyond all the ideas and things like that. So you have to go beyond that. This is what the idea of the yoginis is been talking. This is upavidyas, the
Yeah.
sub knowledges.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's very clarifying for people too. And
Hmm.
well, we'll get to that in a little bit, but I think we should probably talk about the nakshatras and the plants
Mhm,
associated
mhm.
with the nakshatras because my videos are really a lot of fun. But we should also talk about the nakshatras. So,
Yeah.
what are the nakshatras and why are they so important for those who don't know?
Nakshatras are the why it is very important. I mean, planet Earth is very important. If there is no planet Earth, we cannot live. I mean, there is no place to live. I mean,
Yeah.
so we all will disappear. The same way, there are planets are in the sky. If you look into the sky, there are other planets which is not in the Earth. Okay, so if we look into the Jyotisha, the astrology, we there is a concept called Gola. So it's nowhere in India, from the ancient time itself. Gola means it's a globe. The Earth is a globe. So previously itself, it has been said that the Earth is globe. We never believed in the flat Earth actually. So many people are actually saying that thing. So what happens is that what happens is that there are a group of stars out there, and this particular group of stars will be able to influence something on you. So the nakshatras are basically nothing but the group of stars which will go from, in a day there will be multiple stars. In
Yeah.
24 hours there will be multiple nakshatras will be there. So
Yeah. So
when we circle the in the galaxy, the nakshatras will be changing.
Right. So the way I understand, there are 27. There's actually a little bit more than 27. So sometimes there's 28
Mhm,
special purposes.
mhm,
But basically, there's 27 nakshatras that are along the ecliptic, the path of the sun. There's these
mhm,
constellations, and there are 27 because there are 27 days that it takes for the moon to come back to the same place that she was in the
mhm,
sky. And then it's another
mhm,
couple days to catch back up with the sun, which makes a full month. But so
mhm, mhm.
the nakshatras are the lunar zodiac. They're the zodiac
It's
of
just a group of stars. Like
but the
Rashi. Huh? What was that?
yeah, so it's the stars in each of those 27 days, those 27 sections.
Ha, yeah, yeah, the thing is like there is a difference in the days in the Anna Dominic and the dates which has been
Yep.
following in India. It's actually more than 12 months if we look into the dates which are in this. So uh the moon cycle is 27 days. This has been a month actually. So you when we go, there are group of stars in the galaxy. This is the like alpha, beta, gamma. The people are identifying in that way. I mean, in the modern astronomy, alpha, theta, beta, gamma, and things like that. You can see in the it's actual stars. It's a group of stars, and it will be form a particular shape. You can observe from the planet Earth. This is the nakshatras.
Yeah, so and it's also it seems as important in India what
Mm-hmm.
nakshatra like your moon is in as it is in like
Mm-hmm.
in the US everyone talks about what sign their sun is in, their sun sign. So like people will
Mm-hmm.
say,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Cancer if their sun is in tropical Cancer. But in India these nakshatras are very very important to the to astrology and you're
Mm-hmm.
identified by them. But so what's your nakshatra?
Ashlesha.
Your Ashlesha? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's the serpent, right?
Yeah, the snake.
And what tree is
The
associated? What plant?
with my plant is nagapu. I'll show that image
Okay.
like
Tree?
when we go through like it's a serpent. That particular tree looks like the flower of that particular looks like a snake, the head of the snake, the cobra, the it will come
Ah.
like that and
Hmm.
like that. So the idea of the nakshatra is like each nakshatra has vata, pitta, and kapha. Each nakshatra has and things like that. So each plant has the ability to kill that particular dosha.
Mm.
Oh,
So you have a rajasic, I mean, you have a kapha dosha. I have the dosha of kapha. I get a lot of
same.
infection in the. So this particular tree will kill that particular dosha. If you
Hmm.
go near to this particular tree has an ability to destroy that dosha. So that's what the people are saying. If you are in this particular nakshatra, go to that particular tree and meditate. It's not about meditation. It's about healing you, like
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
the dosha is a problem, and we usually in Ayurveda sometimes we look at the doshas as constitution basically, but it's really like
Haha,
being off balance.
Yeah.
So then the
ha,
tree
exactly.
working with that tree puts you more in balance by just being in the energetic
Yeah,
framework, like the aura of that tree.
yeah, exactly. Not
Okay.
just the aura that it. I mean, even the flowers and the you can even use the particular trees stick and fruit and there
Okay.
are ayurvedic things has been associated with that in the particular way you have to use and some of the trees are psychedelics also,
Okay.
like the ashwati, which is kanjiram. This is like it's the trees, let me, it has a name. It's actually give something called a strikeness. Like
Yeah.
it's a poison basically. Like if you, I mean, it's been
Yeah, the
spoken
Latin
a
name
lot.
is Strychnus nux vomita.
Ah, exactly. So
Poison. Yeah. And
Poison.
that's for the
Yeah.
Ashwini, the horse twins nakshatra.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So and in Ayurveda, basically you can use it as a psychedelic. Like
Okay.
Okay.
it's not exactly poison. Also, it's a psychedelic as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
My nakshatra is Dani Sta, which is the
Huh?
drum. So that and I saw that the coconut is what's associated with that. So would it be good for me to eat a lot of coconut?
And the It's actually what in Kerala system, what you can see is that ilanni, the tree is
Illinois.
bullet wood.
Okay.
Hmm.
So we say that again?
Bullet wood, bullet wood.
Bullet wood?
Bullet wood. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I found a list
See,
online.
there is here is the thing is that there is regional varieties also there. Like
Okay.
India is a big country. Like some part is very hot, some part is very cold, and some part is
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
you will lose your sense. Like, so
Yeah.
so different for Indians also. It is very different. If I travel from here to the other end, everywhere it is very very different. Culture,
Yes. So
food, and
some
dress.
some plants aren't going to grow in parts of India,
Uh,
so there's regional differences. Yeah, gotcha.
so that they make what is this particular quality of this particular nakshatra, and how it can be
Huh.
cancelled with this particular tree, and they identify that particular tree according to regional thing. And not only that, the qualities of the trees is been said in the Vedas.
Yeah.
So the talk about the nakshatras are coming from the Vedas, and there is a part in the Vedas called the Nakshatra Sukta.
Hmm.
So from that the about the nakshatras are coming, and it is basically in Atharva Veda, and there is the herbs is also is been spoken, like lot of psychedelics, and how the even how to use the weed and how it can be used, and opium, how opium can be used, and things like that, and how to worship. What is that?
Yeah, so the Arthava Veda.
Atharva Veda, Atharva Veda.
Yeah,
So this is,
that's the fourth Veda, right?
yeah, fourth Veda.
And okay,
So
and it has all the charms and
it's basically healing. If you
okay.
study that in really deeply, Ayurveda, the first principles of Ayurveda before the Charagan or Sushrutan, before all these saints, yeah, it's
Okay.
been spoken in the Atharva Veda
Okay.
basically. And
All
a
right.
lot of psychedelics also is there actually. If people are who are a lot of interested in psychedelics, they can find out the psychedelics also from there. Like I mean,
Yeah.
I've been into rainbow gathering in
Oh,
the,
have you?
yeah.
Oh,
I like rainbow.
where
Which one?
yeah.
The Indian rainbow.
I want to go to that. How was it?
It was it was in Himachal. Like a lot of people, like everybody is walking naked here.
A lot of singing before
Yeah,
the heat.
dancing group. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was amazing. I mean, it's a really healing experience for me, basically. Like
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
it was really fantastic. You been to Rainbow also?
Yeah.
Only in the States and Canada. Never
Mm-hmm.
an international, but
We first saw each other at a rainbow gathering.
yeah.
Haha. Also, you're rainbow couple. So.
Yeah.
Full power.
I know, right?
Full
Yeah.
power couples. Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
So she's an Ardra Nakshatra, which is the tear, right? It's like the
Yeah.
same with Rudra. So what's the plant for that? In here we have what did we
Black
have?
ebony
Black ebony, yeah.
is what we found, but
Yeah, ebony. Yeah, heartwood. Yeah, black
Hmm.
ebony.
hardwood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So it'd be good for you to play the piano.
You are
I
yeah,
do love
piano
the piano. Yeah.
Yeah, we should get you
is
a
made out of that particular plant tree. I mean, the
the
wood
black
of that
keys.
particular.
It should
Yeah.
be a classic piano. The black keys are made out of ebony, but I
Cool.
don't know how many pianos actually have ebony in them anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I grow American persimmon, which is in the
Mm-hmm.
same genus, Diospyros genus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I wonder. That's the other thing I wonder too is like how like in North America, in our region of North America, in the Northeast, in New York, like what are the plants that we would associate with those nakshatras here? And I wonder if it would
Mm-hmm.
be the persimmon for
Mm-hmm.
for the Ardra nakshatra because of that association with Diospyros, or is there something else? Because
Mm-hmm.
the other thing is I study
The black ebony doesn't grow there, or.
no. I mean we're in
Mm-hmm.
the north. Most of those plants, none of those plants grow here. None of them.
Mm-hmm.
We have we're getting -10 degrees, Fahrenheit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We have
That is
snow
true.
everywhere for
Pine might
for
grow there.
4 months of the year or more, 6 months sometimes. But I've also studied medieval astrology, Western astrology from, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it comes from Arabic astrology and Persian astrology.
Mm-hmm.
And in there they have the lunar mansions which come from the nakshatras, but they're tropical. And
Mm-hmm.
there are they use different plants. They're not the same. It's like not trees that they're associated but it's different plants used to do particular magical
Mm-hmm.
operations during those lunar mansions. And they have different. So there's but even those plants don't really grow here either. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
wonder how you figure out like what is the best plant for the nakshatra. And you're saying that a lot of it has to do with the dosha and like and
Mm-hmm.
helping to
Mm-hmm.
balance the constitution of the person. Are there any other ways like how in India you're saying also there from region to region there's differences in what
Mm-hmm.
plants
Mm-hmm.
are being used, and
Mm-hmm.
where what are the commonalities? Do you know if there are any commonalities? So like for me the Dani Sta, it's in some regions it's coconut, and then what did you say it was? Bullet wood, bullet
Yeah,
wood.
bullet wood. Yeah, Eleni.
So I wonder what's the commonality between bullet wood and coconut, because I don't know anything about bullet wood. I know
Mm-hmm.
coconut.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
only because I use coconut oil every day.
That's why I'm telling, like, we have to really look into the Vedas, the
Okay.
original
Yeah.
ancient text. Like, and in Vedas also, there are some species are not there. I mean, like for example, they talk about the mahua. One of the ingredient for the mahua is the last tree in the Nakshatra constellation, which is for the Revati. That is called Ilipa. The tree's seed is basically, it's a sweetener, like, mahua. So if you put that into the water will be become hallucinative drink,
Really? Okay.
that that is mahua.
So yeah,
So
in Latin it's Madhuca longifolia, which in Madhu is honey. So it's like a honey. Okay.
So this has been used, one of the ingredient for the soma, the
Ah.
thing which can
Okay.
actually create the immortality. So these things we really have to study the Vedas, like, I mean, the coconut, maybe a misinformation you maybe got
Mhm.
somewhere, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe wrong, I'm not so sure, like.
But it could also vary depending on the region, potentially.
Mhm.
So
But any books, any evidence, and I mean evidence in the sense, we cannot say scientific evidence. Why? Because science cannot be, I mean, whatever science says, they will say it is not true in the another day. I mean, whatever is disproved, they will say it is not proved. So I mean, scriptures are not like that, like, scriptures are like it's
Hmm.
been said, like.
Yeah.
yeah. So speaking of soma, what is there? I've heard a lot of different theories about soma, about
Mm-hmm.
like what it actually was. Some people say there was like magic mushrooms in it. Some people say it was amanita or like other things. But it was in the Vedas talks about like a whitish liquid, right? Like a milky liquid. But what do you think it actually was, and do you think it still is possible to make these days?
Yeah, it is possible because the tree, one of the tree which they are speaking about is the Mahua that I
Okay.
Hmm.
understood. This is the tree of the Revati Nakshatra. And I also saw this particular drink is been offered in the Buddhist monastery, which is in the,
Hmm.
which is called Rumtek Monastery, where I've been almost 2 weeks, I think, in the monastery. It's one of the tantric monastery, which there the tantric practices are going on, like 108 tantras are there. Padmasambhava maybe mostly his steps are there, like, so that's where, yeah, I think it is possible. I'm going through the Vedas again and again to see, I mean, I feel it's good to be immortal, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
To get a glimpse of it at least. Yes.
Yeah.
Have you met anybody who's immortal yet?
I do, like, uh, there is one immortal has been talking is like Kriya Babaji, which
Uh-huh. Yeah.
many people has been talking. And in West, there is one guy who was,
Saint Germain.
ha, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So Saint Germain, this. So I mean, immortality mostly possible, maybe. I
Whoa.
mean,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
because it's
and
the scriptures.
I wonder. I wonder also if it's like
Wild.
the more immortality of the physical body, or if there's like another a mental body that can like materialize at certain times too. So I wonder what is actually
Like,
immortal. What
what kind of immortal?
yeah.
Physical. So, yeah.
Well,
Mhm,
well, so to go back to the nakshatras and the plants, if
mhm,
somebody is interested in finding out like what their nakshatra is and then what plant is associated with it, what
mhm.
would you suggest people to do to find the accurate information on the nakshatra plants?
That Vedas are there. That is the accurate stuff. And I have, if you want, I mean, I have planted all these plants in my garden. That video is also there. You can see this. These are the. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you planted all 27 of them?
Yeah, yeah. I collected all 27 of them and
That's
I
so great.
planted them.
Awesome.
So this is that's what my last 2 weeks I was doing. This is the job I was doing.
Nice. Cool. I love that. I'm glad you did it.
Yeah, how cool.
Yeah, because I told I want to figure out a way to become immortal.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so these are the plants, like the land which I. So
Little.
this is the land which I'm planting all this. So
Mhm.
this is the Ashwini. This is the Ashwini. This is called the Amparam. This is the ground up tree. I mean the Kanyiram. This name is Kanyiram.
And that's
Kanyiram.
that from the first nakshatra Ashwini.
Yeah, yeah, Ashwini. This is the Kanyiram. So this is with the linked with the energy of the Ashwini Kumars, which has been the these
The
are
horse
the.
twins, the
Yeah,
heel.
yeah, horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So this is for the Nelly, the second Nakshatra Bharani. So this is called Indian gooseberry. This is eatable.
Hmm.
This
Can
is
you eat
poison.
those? Oh, it's
Hmm?
poison.
No, this one's edible, but the first one's
Yeah,
poison.
yeah.
Okay.
This one is
You,
this is Ashwini. Yeah, yeah. This
that's
one is poison.
poison. Okay, but
Yeah,
the
exactly.
gooseberry you can
This
eat.
is gooseberry. Yeah,
Like
this
Nelly.
is this.
Nelly.
Yeah, Nelly. This is
Nelly.
eatable. No?
Okay. Has like a
Uh,
very mimosa like pea family or
what is
yeah.
that?
It reminds me of like the mimosa tree leaf a little bit.
Hmm. Finally,
Mhm.
The way the leaf
yeah,
is shaped.
compound leaves.
Yeah.
So it's
From this a lot of medicines can be made, like
Right.
medicine for the mental illness, and wine can be made, and oil can be used to give a very deep colored black hair, things like that.
Ooh, really? Cool.
Yeah. Mhm. So I was a little bit of interest in Ayurveda also. I have a little bit interest, not so deeply, because when we talk about the magic and other property, like the mantras, not just the mantras the peoples are doing. They, for example, the homa, the fire ceremony.
yeah.
There is a certain kind of plants has to be used when the
Mhm.
person has to be get healed. So what happens is that the smoke which comes out from that particular thing will actually heal the person who is believed to be infected with the anything that sort, like.
Yeah.
So
All
that
works together, the plants and the stars and
uh,
you know,
mantra, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
the
Yeah.
mantra. Yeah.
So what's the next one?
So this is atti. This is a Indian fig. The tree. This is also edible. The fruit
It's
will grow
delicious.
in the. What was that?
It looks delicious.
Yeah, it is actually tasty. Like
Yeah.
the different varieties of this is there. Like African fig also is
Uh-huh.
there. That will give in some 3 4 months. It will give fruit.
Okay.
But this one will take approximately 7 to 8 years. The Indian.
Hmm.
So this will come in the root. It will come in the branches and everywhere. It will give the fruit.
Yeah, it looks abundant.
Yeah, exactly. Nature is always abundant, okay. Really, no?
Yeah, seems like it.
Only thing we don't want that.
Yeah, it's like a little too abundant at times.
This is Nyaval black plum. So this is the associated with the Rohini Nakshatra. So this is blackish in color, and this is also edible,
Okay,
Yeah.
edible green.
cool. And the Rohini, yeah, it's a
Hmm?
good nakshatra. The moon's favorite nakshatra, right?
Yeah. This is the Mrigashira. This is the black katechu. It's a karingali. It's been used in the drinks and Ayurveda and things like that. The Lord is moon god. The the Mrigashira nakshatras.
Yeah, cool.
So this is also Ayurvedic. It's I think these both are in the same species.
Yeah, it looks like it, the leaf.
Leaves are similar.
Yeah, it's the same species mostly.
Mhm.
Not so. This is the ebony.
That's me.
Yeah, Tiruvadira. Ardhira.
You can tell it looks like a persimmon. That's
Yes.
very similar leaves and growth
Which is
structure.
the species,
Yeah, it's
right?
the related species and
Oh.
that's native to North America.
It can grow in North America.
The persimmon, American persimmon can.
Not the
It's
ebony.
a cousin of this. It has more edible fruit though. The fruit is really tasty. It
Mm-hmm.
does make heartwood over like in 100 years. It'll make a small amount of like very dense hardwood, like dark hardwood. Yeah, but it's not a
Mm-hmm.
full ebony. I mean, it's related to ebony, but it's more of
It's
the
a
fruit that it's
the
used for.
same family.
Yeah, same genus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is bamboo. Is the Punardam the Nista Nakshatra?
Okay,
Huge.
that's a big one.
Bamboo, bamboo.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
That does
Yeah.
grow here. A little too much, but like it can take
not quite up
over.
here. In the south, it grows a lot more,
Yeah, it
but
can take over.
yeah, it can take over. It's a smaller species though.
It's not that big.
Yeah, it doesn't get that big.
It can grow a lot. It will be growing in an entire area. It can grow,
Just
like
take
a
over.
forest. A full forest can be made out of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Aditi is the goddess of this particular nakshatra.
Mm. Ditties, yeah.
Mhm. This is Arayal, the people tree.
Peepo. Okay. This is Pushya. Pushya is another very
Mm.
like is it Brihaspati. The rules Pushya.
Yeah.
So it's very like abundant, very an abundant nakshatra, right?
And this is also favorite for Krishna.
Okay.
Oh.
People's belief, and also associated with Buddha. Also,
Mm, cool.
people. This is the Nagapo which we are talking about in my case, my
Okay.
Yeah, that's
nakshatra.
this the snake flower.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
snake flower exactly. So the aroma is very nice.
Nice.
Like you can go near to that, and so when my garden grow up, I think it will be really
It would be
nice.
so nice. So is that a vine?
Or is it
Oh,
Is it a vine or
a tree?
it's a
which one?
tree? But
Tree. This is a tree.
yes.
This is an entire
Okay.
tree. It's not.
Yeah. Okay. So
Mhm.
it's a whole tree. Cool.
Yeah, whole tree.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
It's a very the smell. Its aroma is like a very nice. If you go, this is Benin basically. The
Oh
next,
Oh,
yeah.
Banyan, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's Maga,
yeah, Maka Nakshatra.
and that's more about the ancestors, right? That nakshatra.
Nakshatra is associated with ancestral deities.
Cool.
So the
Hmm.
plastic. These are basically what I am showing is the thumbnail of my videos. Basically.
Uh-huh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I have made one video for each one. So yeah,
Awesome.
And you can find that at your YouTube channel,
yeah, exactly.
yoga. Okay.
Yeah,
Looks like pleurisy root.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Pretty orange flower on this one.
red color.
Yeah.
This one.
Wow.
There is a story associated with this particular tree in the Vedas. If we
Yeah.
look, Sri Krishna is been playing with the gopis. I mean, he was with a lot of lovers when it
Okay.
was in Vrindavan, and all these women went into take bath by removing full dress and keeping it in the banks of the Yamuna, and this particular tree was there. So what he did is like he collected all the dress and went on the top of this particular tree, and he was like, I am not going to give you like that. So it's like that.
That's funny.
That's the story associated with the Krishna. So it will I mean the gods are very funny here.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta have good humor, you know?
Exactly.
This is the Purva Falguni. Puram is Purva
Ah,
Falguni,
yeah, Purva balcony, exactly.
and that's like the back of the bed. So it's like associated with romance.
Huh. Yeah, Krishna was doing romance there, right?
Right. Okay. Cool.
So this is a Chinese Benin
Oh.
Uttram Uttra balcony.
Okay.
So this is also edible, this particular tree, and this will the idea. The thing is that this has a particular kind of bees around that, like the I mean the fly which
Oh,
but
I had this.
butterflies around that will only grow in here, like a dodo tree and dodo bird. That the only both are going extinct actually. Dodo birds is been died and the dodo tree also is dying.
Oh,
The only if the seed is been eaten by the dodo bird, and then if it is been came out from its stomach, then only the tree will grow. So that is how it was been working, and the once the birds is been extinct, the tree is also going to be extinct. So
oh,
what is happening here in this particular tree, there is a particular kind of butterfly that will only come into this particular tree. If this tree goes extinct, that butterfly also will go extinct.
Yeah.
oh,
It's a symbiotic relationship.
yeah.
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 Cool.
This is amparam. This is a kind of it is also edible. Like it is first sweet, then it will be first it will be sour, then it will be become sweet, like gooseberry only.
Okay. And this is pasta.
This is this is yeah, hastam. Attam is actually hasta. Yes.
Okay.
So this is inside that there is a round shell seed will be there, and this will be pulpy.
Pulpy.
The fruit will be really pulpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the Amparam tree, and this is Kovalam. Kovalam is Chitra. This has been associated with Shiva. I mean, the leaves will be trifold. There is only three leaves will be there. In
Yeah.
each.
Oh.
So which means that it is like a Trishul. Shiva's weapon. So that is the Kovalam tree has been associated with the Shiva. It's been every deity has one vriksha, one tree. Okay, so Shiva's tree is this.
Okay,
Hmm.
cool.
It's like tree will be having one deity, and the deity will be having different tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. So this is a sort of eco spirituality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I like that.
So this is called Nirmarid. The it's also Arjun tree. This is the seed of that. Like it's also grows very big. This is Swati Nakshatra.
Spotty. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
That's a cool shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will fly once it is dried. No, it will fly. When
Looks like
wind
Yeah.
it.
comes,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
when wind
Swati
comes,
Swati is associated with Vayu, right? With the wind, air,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. This is
so
Ah,
the
deities.
seeds float away in the wind.
Yeah, it's exactly. This will fly away with the wind.
yeah. It reminds me of like the maple seed flying around like a little helicopter.
Yeah.
Hmm. What was that tree? Maple?
Maple.
Maple.
Yeah.
Yeah. The seed head of the maple. It doesn't look like this, but it does the same thing
Hmm.
where it catches the wind and spins around and flies long distances.
Yeah.
Hmm. It will. So this is how. This is also like that.
Cool.
And this is also edible. Vayam Kata. I mean, the governor's plum. It
Mm.
is the tree of the Vishakha Nakshatra.
It looks
So this is
delish.
also edible. It's no, it's not sweet. It's sour.
Oh, it's
Oh, I
sour.
like sour. I like sour.
Sour can be
It's
good.
not sweet. So this is the Ilani bullet wood, the tree of Anisham
Oh yeah.
Nakshatra.
Anuradha.
This is
Yeah.
yours.
No, this is
Mhm.
under
Yeah,
this is
Anuradha, exactly. Anuradha, and
this is
it's
Oh,
bullet wood. Oh, okay. So can you eat those?
no, no, no. This is not edible.
Okay.
This is veti. Lindlenia arposa. I mean, I don't know the English name of this.
Yeah.
Hmm. This is
It's a
Jeshta.
big tree. Yeah, Jeshta, exactly. So this is a big tree. It will grow bit high.
Mm.
This is Sal, the tree of Moolam Nakshatram. This is also like that. It is also grow more high.
Hmm. Well, the Mula, that's like the root of the cosmos, right? It's like
Mhm.
the black hole in the center. So
Yeah, the tree also has a very deep roots. This.
that's why it's like Mula. It's that deep roots. It's my
Mhm,
ascendant
mhm.
nakshatra is Mula.
And the thing is that you should see the association of this with the human being, this
Mhm.
will heal the human being, especially this particular dosha, and it will take out the problems of the body, and it will create the wellness of that particular person.
Hmm.
So it's how do the, I mean, it's been given a lot of observation to figure out this particular associations, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at least it's a need generations of observation, because the how many years a tree you need to observe, 60 70 years it has to be observed. If a tree has to come in full growth, it need at least 60 to 70 years of and some certain the way the group of stars is appearing in the sky, it will also take like some groups of stars is been said in the Atharva Veda. It's like it will happen only in 25,000 years, in
Hmm.
between 25,000 years. So that many years, how, so the thing is like there is, that is why the Guru Shishya Parampara is been said. It has been happening through Guru, from Guru to Shishya, so that is how it's been done. But it takes a lot of years and dedication, basically. This is Attuvanji. Yeah, yeah.
Indian willow.
So this
Okay.
is Attuvanji Indian willow. Yeah,
More of a
the tree of the Purada Nakshatram.
okay, and I call it
Purvashadam, yeah.
purvasada. Yeah, purvasada. Yeah. Jackfruit. Oh,
Okay,
cool.
yeah.
That's for
So this
urasada.
is the tree of the Uttara Ashada. Uttara
Yeah.
Ashada.
Yeah. That's jackfruit. That's a great fruit. It's a good fruit.
Yeah, will it grow in? Is there
No.
in any way?
Yeah,
Jackfruit?
none of these will grow here
No,
at
but
all.
we've had that imported. Like
Yeah.
we've had the fruit, that we've purchased imported.
Mhm.
Or yeah. If you visit Florida, it might grow in Florida.
Yeah, I think
I'm
it
not
does.
sure if in like my near Miami maybe.
Yeah, in the very southern part.
Yeah, way down there.
Maybe some same similar species or anything that sort. Same
Well,
family.
maybe I'll have to look and
They're
see.
huge. Like they get to be like this big, like as big as your
Mhm.
head.
Jackfruit.
The fruit.
Yeah, this is a milkweed. So this is like, if the milk will come out from the stem.
Hmm.
This is not a
Oh,
tree. This is a
oh,
shrub, basically.
Is that
okay.
Asclepius? Because we have a lot of
No,
milkweed
well,
that grows here.
yeah, but it doesn't look like that.
Well, it's similar. The
And
flowers.
the seed of this eye, it has a lot of in the
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah,
So
same.
we have milkweed around here. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
but the flower
Mhm. This.
heads have very small flowers that form kind of a ball, but they
yeah.
kind of look like that flower, but they're much more tiny.
That's the thing. That's a close up.
Oh,
But yeah,
maybe I
And
can't.
does it has a milk in the stem?
yeah.
Yes, yeah,
It's
lactase.
Asclepius genus. So I think it's probably related. Definitely, it's probably related at least.
And the leaf is kind of hardy like that,
Yeah.
like a
It's kind of succulent.
firm, succulent
Yeah.
leaf.
Mhm, mhm.
And then there's a puffiness on the seeds that let them fly around
Yeah,
like a cotton
like
kind of.
hairs, yeah.
And then there's the milk. So, and
And
this is
then,
for Shravana Nakshatra.
Yeah, this is for the Shravana. And this is Vannimaram, giant tree, the tree of Avitam.
that's
So
pretty.
this has thorns here, like in the, and it's also same species of the nelly, the gooseberry trees, which I think so. I don't know. I mean,
Hmm.
mostly the leaves looks like the same.
Yeah, it does look similar.
Wait, but this should be is this Danista too? Another name for Danista?
The yeah, this is the yeah Dhanishta.
This is my Nakshatra. I'm Danista. So I've got
You
this.
Dhanishta.
Yeah, not
Mhm.
yeah, not the other one.
Then you have a lot of thorns in you.
A lot of what? What'd you say?
That what do you call this thing?
Thorns.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
a lot of thorns.
Yeah.
okay.
Come
No,
on,
I'm
guys.
just joking.
He's so
I got a
sweet.
couple. Got a couple.
He would never have a thorn. Look at the leaf, so soft, so
Okay.
gentle.
Yeah,
There would never be a thorn behind that soft, gentle leaf.
yeah. This and so the next one's we got Shatabisha next.
This is a Kadambo, the
That's
Chadayam Nakshatra.
I love that.
This
Pretty
is
cool.
this is the aroma is very intense.
Really?
The
Mm.
it's really, yeah.
Like in a good way or no?
What
Is
is
it
that?
is it like a sweet, good aroma or is it intense like it smells like rotting meat?
No, no, no. It is sweet, good,
Okay,
very
Okay,
nice. Yeah.
nice.
good.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
looks like a little pom-pom, like a puffball.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, but it is. It's. I think this is also the family of the jackfruit because it has a lot of
Oh,
flowers in. You know,
Cool.
because the jackfruit is the flower that become. I mean, there are multiple seeds in a single fruit. In
Yeah.
the jackfruit. Yeah.
Right. All those. Mm-hmm.
This is mango. Is for the Purirutadi, Purvashada.
okay.
Mango. Mango. What it is.
We do have mango, yes. Not
Yeah.
We don't grow. It
not
doesn't
around
grow, but
us,
we
but
get
in
it
the
in the
south.
store.
Yeah.
You cannot grow that one.
Not not in our climate. Maybe in the
Mhm.
south again, like in
In Florida, the
Florida.
tip of Florida, you can grow it, but
Yeah.
you can't grow it up here by no.
Then name is the tree for the Uttratadi.
Oh, yeah.
Neem. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a great.
Yeah,
We know neem.
it's Ayurvedic. You know neem, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
mhm.
very like antibacterial, antifungal.
Yeah, exactly. It
Yeah.
has a lot of that sort of property.
Yes.
Then the Revati is Ilipa. So this is the Mahova tree. This is the one of the content of the Soma basically, which I was
Mm,
Oh, okay.
teaching.
right.
And the flower of this can turn the water into sweet hallucinative beverage, like I
Yeah.
think Jesus may be using this to convert that entire well into a wine.
Oh,
Really?
I see.
Yeah, because he was in India and he learned all this stuff, no?
Right. That's so cool.
That he turned the entire well into wine, no?
Yep.
Yeah, with this thing you can do that.
Cool.
It's a alcoholic beverage from the flower you can get.
Sweet.
Cool.
So
Mod.
that's it.
Yeah. So those are all the nakshatras.
That's
There's
so
no.
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. It
Yeah.
was
That was
nice
that
to
was yeah.
see all the visual.
Hmm. Cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that was fun. It was good to see all the plants and the nakshatras, and we can go. People can go to your channel if they want to get more in depth there and
Mm-hmm.
look at your nakshatras. I've found in my doing, seeing clients that the nakshatra of the moon is really important. Like
Mm.
the people often resonate
Mm-hmm.
with that very strongly. And you can
Mm-hmm.
tell a lot
Mm-hmm.
about somebody with that nakshatra. So yeah, so where can people find you? And are you excited about anything coming up soon?
You can they can find me in my website, which is arunsyoga.in, and my YouTube channel. There my links has been given, my artwork, NFTs. If they want to buy, they can buy NFTs. And also my donation address is also given if they want to give
Cool.
some donation.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
people want to give some donation for the plantation of the trees, that also they can do.
Cool.
And one more thing I want to know is, like, if you can make the list of the trees which is available in the US, like maybe we can, you can come back, and maybe you can show, and we can figure out, maybe I don't know how it's going to work, but you know
Yeah. I have to do some do some research and experimentation.
yeah, like if you want to know, like, I think I have covered almost everything, like, the how the seed is working, how the flower, the stem, whether it is milky or juicy or taste and stuffs like that. I mean,
So
Yeah.
yeah, finding the plants that are
Correlations.
correlated, similar.
yeah.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Y'all should work on that project.
Yeah. So
And also you can, I mean, if people can grow that particular plant in their own house, it will be nice, like, so but see, instead of worshipping an idol or anything, that's what, especially from the rainbow, we are nature lovers, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
That's my kind of spirituality, nature spirituality, you know?
exactly,
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can see like in the chart too, like if you have, for instance, Venus with Saturn
hmm
12th from your Atmakarka, which is your highest degree planet, that would show that it's working with tree spirits is actually very good for your liberation and moksha, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So the particular tree is for particular nakshatra. If they can grow, is one tree. If one person can grow, I mean, in a family there might be two, three people or four people will be there. If they can grow that four trees around their house, and you know,
Okay, what if you
mhm.
made your yantras or like talismans out of the wood of the particular tree and then painted the symbol on it, and then people could carry that if they can't grow the tree?
A seed of that
Or the
The
tree.
seed.
seed.
Oh, the
Yeah,
seed.
it could
Okay.
be the
Yeah,
seed.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also there is one thing is called, there is a treatment in Ayurveda. It is called vastra. Basically, the treatment with the dress. What it does is that the dress is been put in a particular kind of Ayurvedic medicine for a night. Then it is been taken out, and people who is diseased will wear this particular dress. So if people are interested, I can make the dress which is pushed in this particular juice of this particular tree, and they can wear that, energy will be like
That's cool
Oh,
too.
okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Cool. Well, thank you, Arun, for being on the show. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and
Mhm,
let us
yeah.
know if you ever want to come to a rainbow gathering in the US.
Yeah.
You have to take my ticket then.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Well, thank
thank
you
you.
so much, and it was great to get to
Yeah,
know you.
yeah.
Cheers.